Whoa. If you seeing us, that means you survived, I don't know, the last 4 or 5 months and haven't been poisoned or killed or bombed or anything.
Or shot or had your throat slit. Any of the crazy thing that's been going on in the world.
Yeah, we even had like a fake little COVID scare, I think, since we've been back. You know what I'm saying? And we dodged
Mhm.
that bullet too. Now it's like that's flu.
Yeah, mad flu. Shout out to my pops, man. Got sick with that today, man. God bless him.
Oh, you got the flu today?
I think so. Either that or the vid. I think it's one of the two, but he's finding out, man. But God rest him. He's his birthday's this week too, man. So God rest him. I hope he's doing good. Hope everything's good, man. He needs to get some sleep.
Yeah, it's crazy because like if you had to pick one or the other, like what would you rock with? Like, yo, you rather had a flu or the vid?
I'll probably say the flu because for me it doesn't last as long as the vid. You know what I'm saying? The vid didn't come as hard as everybody said it would. I mean, I got sick when I had it. I had it one
Mhm.
time. No, I had it twice, I think, and it's been a couple years. But yo, the flu, man, it's painful, but it didn't stick around. Like the vid just kept on, it lingered. I was like, sweet Lord.
Yeah, it's like if herpes was a cough, it's COVID. Like you don't know like when it's gonna pop back up or like you know what I mean. Like how can I shake it?
You get nervous, you get stressed, you get the vid, like you get herpes, you start scratching, you get pimples everywhere. It's bad. You know what I'm
There's
saying?
times like your lung scratching, and none of this is medical facts. So I know the social medias like to
Oh,
comb through the words. So like yeah, we're not experts. We're just two guys talking.
just
But
BSing, man. You know what I'm saying? Because freedom of speech and whatnot.
yeah, but COVID does seem like retro, like like when people used to smoke crack. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
dang, man, Cass, I still I hear getting COVID. Like, I'm shocked like that. Like when you find out such is doing crack.
Speaking of crack, do you agree with Boosie what he said? He said he'd rather have people smoking crack than doing the fentanyl.
Well, here's the thing. I usually don't agree with anything Boosie says, and it's crazy
Me,
because I feel like we're always like, capping at him clapping at him on his podcast. But he's got it right. Like, I mean, most of the time when you hear about fentanyl, somebody died.
yeah,
Yo, I know crackheads who I thought would have been dead who are still around. You know what I mean?
that's what I'm saying, man. I've seen some crackheads take some punches, but fentanyl seems like if you get like whispered at, you're
Oh,
going
yeah.
down.
Oh yeah, like fentanyl's like God punch, like boom, like
Boom, you're out of there.
doesn't
Yeah.
even take much. Like once again, we're not experts. However, I feel like we know that.
I think we do. I think we've seen enough in this world. And for the record, I like to say Boosie sounds like an old lady yelling over beats. That's just what it sounds like to me. I'm sorry. People get mad. I know some people out, especially where I'm at in Dallas, they love them some Boosie. Never understood it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, teach their own.
Yeah, everybody has their heroes, man. Shoot, man. Like, how the hell you been these last couple months?
Keeping it moving, man. Grinding and praying, praying and grinding in both those orders. Trying like we spoke at the beginning, trying to stay alive out this piece because it's been getting kind of grimy out here. Avoiding weird stares, long hugs, and sickness. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. Best way to not get the vid or the flu.
How the he's you been, man? You've been moving around. I haven't been able to, but
Since that I've dyed my hair blonde. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think
yeah,
I joined the
blonde ambition.
Illuminati.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's like more Golden Lord than than Vogue. You know what I'm saying? Not to that crew. As I sit there in my tank top shirt.
That's what I'm gonna say, man. You
It
got
looks
the
like I'm
tank
about to like
top.
come on your TV at midnight, telling you like the latest dance moves are being taught by. You know what I mean? Like,
That's what with the hat to the side to show that you're kind of down
yeah,
still.
like he's still street. Like, yo,
Still, yeah.
he learned how to survive dancing in the subways of the Bronx.
But you've been moving around, man, getting it in.
Yo, man, I just got finished doing a bunch of dates with Cool Keith, and
Hmm.
big shout out to Cool Keith, his manager Eric. Big shout out to DJ D Technique and all of my
Hey,
guest DJs that held it down for me on the ones and twos. From my man D Cross to even my man Lyric. you know,
word! Shout out Lyric, man. What up?
yeah, man, like yo, like so it was a vibe. It was a vibe, man. And I got to, meet a lot of interesting characters and potentially pick up a new enemy along the way. I don't even know.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we discussed that. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, man. Like, yo, so the crazy thing is like, like they always say don't meet your idols. And the cool thing is I get to meet a lot of them, right?
Right,
And I
right.
got to meet Ed OG from Ed OG and the
Word.
Bulldogs.
Big up, yeah.
Long time fan. I mean, like
Yeah.
people usually go to I gotta have it and leave it there, but no,
You
be
got
a
more.
father to your
Your
child was a
child.
hard body joint, man, about fatherhood and just being awesome. And I remember I had a rhyme for like both versions of the instrumental that was on the single. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, word, maxi single.
Yeah, like not that slim paper case, but your joint
No,
came in a plastic cassette, almost like a
word.
tape.
Yeah.
Some of y'all won't know. Some of y'all know exactly what the hell we talk about. And then
Mhm.
and even when you go to the next album, that Love Comes and Goes joint that kicked off the album number 2, like Edo G has some joints. He came out with a saxophone player, rocked the spot. It was dope as hell.
And he's got a new joint called Greg Nice, featuring Greg Nice,
Right.
the homie.
Yo,
Big
and
bro, Greg Nice. Big up, Greg Nice. What up?
yo, man, Greg Nice has been aging backwards. Love to see it. And Edo G's voice is still smooth like butter. Also ran into Craig G, who I
Yo.
haven't seen in a minute. Even though he said that we was somewhere. D technically told me we were somewhere with Craig G, but I don't remember because I feel like I remember Craig G encounters. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like because we go way back to like I think we first connected like 2003, 2004. We did this battle
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Dallas, and then like next day we went to the studio, did a record together. Like, so
Yep.
Craig is like, somebody who I always respect because like he got in the game so young
Yeah, he did.
and maintained his hunger. And now to see him be like, this grumpy rap dude that's over it, but hilarious and still can go out there and give people the business, you know what I'm saying, and still put on a show is just dope to see cats still got it, but also grounded in the real world in a way where you have like this Clark Kent Superman type thing going on in your life. It's crazy. Like I'll tell you more about it off the grid, but it's just like, wow, like it's cool to just be amongst the OGs and just hear them talk about life.
Yo, has there been an OG that you were disappointed by? I'm trying to remember one. I've you I've been blessed to be able to meet and say thank you and kick it with some of the people I had on my wall growing up, and I got to be friends with them. And I'm trying to remember somebody that I actually looked up to that disappointed me. I know there's somebody who disappointed me, but they didn't really disappointed me because I already thought they were trash. And then I met
Okay.
them. I was like, there's several of those where I was like, yeah, you're trash. And then there's ones that I met that I thought were trash
Okay.
musically, and then I ended up being cool as hell. Like, oh, we friends now. You know what I'm saying? But who for
Yeah.
you has been like somebody that you're like, yo, I looked up to you, man. You suck.
Okay, so it's not 100% that you suck, right? But
You
it's
know
like,
what I mean? Yeah.
and I got to deal with subliminals on some of this because
Okay.
there was one rapper who I thought was like just way smarter than he was, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's somebody that everybody knows and loves, and it's just like, wow, how did you not know that, brother? Like da 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 da, and da da da, like like he's like a very smart dude in his raps. So I just expected him to be like
I
equally
know who you're
smart
talking about.
and beyond in real life, and I'm like, I'm baffled by this, but still one of my favorite rappers to this day, Deontay Wilder voice to this day. And then
Word.
also beyond that, it breaks my heart to see where some of these old school guys are
Yeah,
in
man.
life
Yeah.
because they came into the game at a time where the game wasn't fair
Mm-hmm.
and also was really there was a drug culture that was so hardcore celebrated during a
Right.
certain pocket of time, and I feel like a lot of these guys didn't shake it, and
Mm-hmm.
you're starting to see the long-term effects of that, not only from a mind space, but also a body space and also spirit space. And
Right.
it sucks because it's like, damn, man, like, these guys are superheroes in our eyes, some
Yeah.
of them. You know what I mean? So to see cats, kind of in a bad way, that part sucks. But I haven't really had too many OGs be, off-putting. There's
Right.
some people who like I be around or I've been around and I haven't had the opportunity to like really have a cool conversation with. Like I always happen to seem to like cross paths with Big Daddy Kane and again recently. And
Yeah.
uh am I froze up for you?
You froze a little. Okay, now you're
Okay,
back.
down
All
a
right,
little bit.
cool. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I ran into Big Daddy. I saw Big Daddy Kane at the airport because he had just performed in town like the day before. And, we're walking past each other in the airport and we both give each other the black man nod. And I was like, yo, Kane, you killed it yesterday. And he paused for a second. And then he's like, oh, yeah, thanks, G. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, damn it, man. I can say more. But damn it, he's Big Daddy Kane. You don't want to bother him. You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
and every time I ever have a conversation with him, it's always that brief because he's Kane. Most rooms he
Yeah.
walks into, he's gonna be the most famous person in that room. So everybody's gonna be on his jock. So you kind of be like, all right, let me fall back a little bit.
Yeah, I
But
got to have a cool interaction with Kane, but he was real chill. Like I was like, I kind of buck. I wasn't expecting to see him. He was at the studio, and I was in the studio, and it was like two other people, and I was like, "Yo, oh shit, hey, what's up, man? And he just kind of laughed. I was like, dog, you don't know, man. Like I was like, you don't have just thank you, man. You have no idea. And I introduced myself and everything. And he was like, thank you, man. Thank you, man. I was like, dog, you don't know, man. Like, and I was just kind of bugging, like, because I wasn't expecting it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was him and Dougie Fresh chilling. And I'm just
Okay. That's
I'm
about
like,
right.
yeah, I'm like, yo, like, y'all don't know, like, what's the, like you said, superheroes. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I've had a few interactions, but it was real chill. You know what I'm saying? I kept my composure.
Yeah.
I kept my composure, but it was chill. But one person who kind of disappointed me, and it could have been the situation, was Jay-Z. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Yeah, just like I had that reaction, which I can't remember what other rapper said this, but when they met him, it was like, yo, this is Jay-Z. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not because of how he stood up, but his interaction with me, and like
uh
he had an effeminate soft handshake, and I was like, oh man, nah, man.
like, was it like just the top of the fingertips or like?
It was kind of limp. Like, no, it wasn't like I was reaching for him, and he just kind of grasped at it. It was
Got you,
like,
because there was one person I knew from back in the day used to give like weird ass fingertip daps, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
yeah. No, it
Practice being
wasn't.
a human.
It was soft. It was um like if you like shook a wet sock with that type of texture, but it's not wet, it was like that. You know what I mean? And when you're talking
That's
to them, I'm real big on looking at people in their face, and when I
uh
speak, especially to men, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be
yeah.
all weird when I'm looking at a woman and just staring at her, but like when I'm talking to dudes, you know what I'm saying? I like looking in the eye, and that's how he was kind of looking around, like, yeah, and it's real, like, I don't know, man. It just was not cool. And then he wouldn't do any, and he was, this is a time when he was still doing drops and stuff, and he
uh
wouldn't do any, and he was just not cool about it. Like, I didn't bug, I just made a quick question because the producer wanted me to ask him, hey, can he? So, hey man, can you grab? He was just like, nah, man, I ain't gonna be doing that. Like, all right, cool, breeze. And then and somebody else of note effed up the whole interview, so I just ended it. You know what I'm saying? And
Say their name, say their name.
oh, Roxy. Um,
Oh damn.
yeah, she
I
messed
didn't
it
even
up.
think that was who you were gonna be talking about, but okay.
No, she messed it up real good, man. Where he kind of got mad at her and like walked off, but she looked real dumb. But then like it just messed up everything. But that's I was already a huge Nas fan, so that's what certified. Oh yeah, Nas is cool.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. It
because Nas
definitely
has always been cool.
blew that
Nas,
flag in the other direction.
yeah, no, Nas has always been hella cool. Like rapped with us and everything. You know what I'm saying? He mega cool. But.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the crazy thing is that, yeah, like I said earlier, don't meet your heroes, but sometimes it is great when you do. So you could
Mhm.
decide if you want to support them continued or not. You know what I mean? Like there was a homie of mine told me, I grew up on Starbuck Wow. Like, or
Word, yeah,
part of my
yes,
radio
yes,
steez that I like really fuck with Starbuck Wow. So my
right.
homie told me that he ran in the Star somewhere and like, yo, the dude was like an asshole. But it's like he an
Yeah,
asshole on the show. So it was as advertised, I guess. You know what I mean? It's almost like if you saw a wrestler, you know what I
right,
mean?
right.
And they break kayfabe, or is it kayfabe? I can't remember, right?
Yeah,
It,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like, let's say when the war was really on between Hogan and Andre the Giant, and you
Mhm.
see Andre the Giant at fucking Sizzler, and you say something like on some pro Hulk shit,
Right.
I would expect Andre the Giant to be like, yo, I eat you, or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck Andre the Giant used to do. I could
with
never understand it.
his
He was
singlet on.
French.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
has
he
to
was
wear
fine.
it in
Yeah, he has to
person.
wear it. He
Either
has to.
that or that blue jacket suit that he would wear in that rock and
Yeah,
wrestling show. I never
yeah,
understood that show either. It was
yeah,
weird.
yeah, me either.
But yeah, like, so it was tough, but it almost made me not want to meet him because, like, damn, man, like, I know you probably approached him cool, but damn, man, if he was fucked up to you, then shit. But then also,
But if he's a
that's
heel,
advertised.
he kind of plays a heel. So if he's
Right.
playing a heel, and if like I met Star, because I was the same with Star, like especially when we got on, it was like
Mhm.
something I was really listening to heavy, and I just laughed at because he was an asshole. So I'm like, if I met him and he was super nice to me, in one way it'd be cool, and another way it'd be kind of disappointed. I'd be like, oh man, kind of.
Yeah, it's like, man, motherfucker bought me a drink. It's not what I was
Yeah,
expecting. It was
yeah. As a thing, I want him to, diss me or something, call me, stupid or little or something. I don't know, call me, something racial. I don't know. That's what I'd like, but to each their own. Like abuse me, please. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Some people glad it's for real punishment. It's like if you saw Triumph to insult Comic Dog in real life, and he was like,
And he
"Hey,
was kind.
yeah, nice teeth."
Oh man, don't say that. My feelings would be hurt the other way.
You
You
have
don't
the
think it's
perfect
a
height for modeling.
oh,
Like compliments.
what an ill compliment to yell at somebody. You should just random yell at next time you're somewhere and you see somebody that's kind of
You will
tall and
fit
slim.
most pants.
Yeah, say that. Keep it moving. I wonder what the what would they say? Like, is that something you get mad at this day and time?
By the time you figure out what the fuck's going on, they're gone.
Just
Dead out
keep
the
it
street.
moving.
Like, who was
Yeah,
that masked man? Man.
yeah, but it's the same steez, so I see what you're saying. But yeah, man, the hero
Yo, man.
stuff.
You just like recently came back for like a wedding or some shit, right?
Me?
Yeah. Did you guys
No.
want to get married?
Oh yeah. Oh, that. Well, I didn't get to go because but yeah, no, my niece and I guess my nephew-in-law would be got
Okay.
remarried. I'm not gonna go into their business. God bless them. I
Your
love them both.
niece. Oh, your niece and nephew in law. Okay, not your
You know
niece
what
and
I'm
nephew.
saying? No,
Okay.
that'd be
Got it.
weird.
That'd be
Yeah, that'd
really
be out there.
fucking weird. I'm like,
Yeah,
what's
that'd be
happening over there?
yeah, a lot of partying evidently. But nah, man, I was wondering, and they got their vows renewed. You know what I'm saying? They've been married for gosh, I don't know how many years now, but not that long. Not long in the scheme of things. But in my head, she's still a little kid. So, but anyway, so I don't know. I mean, that's good, and I'm glad. God bless them, and they doing their thing. They're happy and they're beautiful. And my parents went and all that, and I didn't go and all that. What do you think about like couples getting they vows renewed? I'm not talking like we've been together 30 years and it's beautiful. No, I'm talking about like, we've been together a cool 10 or maybe a cool 8, something even, some even
Okay.
number. And now we traveling, we're gonna go get our vows renewed. And it's kind of like, I don't know, you may have had some rough times, Lord knows I have, but I'm that's not
You
something.
know, as a person who halfway believes in marriage, it's hard to really like plant my flag on that one because some people like to do anniversarial type things or things that like mean something on certain dates.
Right.
And I'm like that with weird stuff. But
You are. That's true. You are. Now I
like
think about it.
damn
Like
man, today Goonies came out. You know what I'm saying? Like just like it's the 32nd anniversary of Animal House.
it's freaking weird. He shut down the household because of that. No one knows what the
Don't
no, but
talk to me. Don't you know Beverly Hills Cop 3 came out 17 years? Yeah.
but also real quick, and this may sound racial, but I'll throw it out there. Yeah, I come around a lot of blacks. They don't necessarily believe in marriage that much. Not because I'm saying of the whole stereotype of not having a father in the home. Not talking about that. I'm
Mhm.
talking about just in conversation. Even ones that are married. Rarely do I come across guys or girls, and I've dated quite a few black women, and they always speak, fondly of getting married, and then that leaves somewhere later. It never fails. But if I'm talking to a Mexican broad or maybe a white broad or even an Asian, if you will, and I
Mhm.
mean, I'm taking the whole continent into account. I'm not just talking like East Asia, all of it. Seem to be a little bit more down with marriage. Like I just want to find that one husband that just really does it for me and just makes me feel, you know what I'm saying? But then I might, be hanging out with a sister. She ain't having it. And the same thing with the brothers. I don't, a lot of Mexican dudes like I want to find my wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude, like a
You know,
brother's
it's
like,
crazy, man. And I get a chance to interact with a lot of different types of people. And I
right.
feel like historically, I don't know, with Latin men, they act like sometimes that and there's levels to this Latin men statement, right?
Right.
Because
Got you.
like Mexicans, Puerto Ricans,
Yeah, it's different. It's
Venezuelans,
different.
everybody be moving different. So like just
Hmm.
in my interactions with Mexican and Puerto Rican dudes,
Right.
Mexican dudes will find one chick and then like claim them like the
Yeah.
same way that they would claim each other in what was that movie? It was a series like Twilight. Like they bond to each other like
Yeah.
through thick and through thin. We're gonna thug this out. You know what I mean? Like no matter
But
what
that's
happens.
how I am. That's how I am, man. I'm like, yo, I'm with you. I'm rocking with you. What's your damn problem? I just get mad because what's your problem? Why you making things so complicated? I'm rocking with you.
Yo, like newer generation Puerto Ricans,
Hmm.
pick of the litter. Like more
Mm,
quantity than quality sometimes, but that's just the people I've interacted with.
right.
The messed up thing, like, on the black side, like when I think about all my friends whose parents are still together, I realize I don't have friends whose parents are still together.
Oh
You know what I
wow.
mean? It's fucked up. And when I meet people whose parents are still together and or even that still have both parents that are alive,
Right.
like I don't be jealous of nobody for no shit.
No, no, I feel you.
Nothing material.
I
But I
feel
be
you.
like, I be jealous of people who parents still alive and together.
No, it's a I have to say, thank God, I have both right now. You know, thank God, I have both. You know, they've been together. Man, they've been together like for dog because they had me late in the game, so they've
Mhm.
been together for like God, dog, like 50 years, something crazy, like way out there, like a high number. And they got married early too. Like my mom was like a like a teen mom and stuff, and they got married. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And they man still be holding hands, and you know what I'm saying? And like, of course, they yell at each other and give each other a good cussing. But my mom will be taking me aside. I love that man. I love him. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
You
let's
know,
just say, God forbid your parents break up this Christmas, right?
right?
Who would be
You
the
never
first
know.
one? Who would be the first one to set up a like a dating profile?
My mom.
Word?
I think my mom, my dad, he's like me. I don't want to deal with it. I just want to. Okay, I've been through enough. I want to chill on the porch and smoke my cigar, perhaps a marijuana cigarette, and just lamp. You know, my mom's like, I'm gonna get back out there. I'm
Okay.
like,
So
you
like
know,
if she had you take the pictures for like, for like a profile, like would you make sure like, like would you hook her up?
yeah, yeah. You know, I gonna make them erotic, but you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna. She's God bless her. She's elderly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Like cool, like poses and stuff
Oh
like
yeah, she's gonna be chilling. I got cool poses of my mom. She chilling with the hat and the,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying.
mom's is the honorary B girl. For real,
Yeah,
for real.
she be like, and chilling. So like, yeah, but like, other than that, like I said, my dad is weird, man. Is even as older as my dad is right now. And his birthday's this week too. Happy birthday, pops. But he women still his personality, man. They chicks. I have not met a girl or even girl that I've dated or even women out that did not like my pops. Like did not like his person. Like, yo, just sit there like
Your
your dad.
pops is a charming dude, man, and
I
charming
appreciate
man.
it.
So, listen, anytime you see a girl with a dude who you be like, how did that happen? Like, if it's not money, it's gonna be the charm. And a
Right,
lot more times it is the charm over the money.
right,
You know what I mean?
right,
Unless you're
right,
in
right.
Miami. Anybody you see that's with somebody that don't look like they're supposed to be, it's the money.
Strangely enough,
In
like
Vegas too.
as many times as I've been around like Florida and surf, I have still in on our travels, our tours and music. I've still have not been to I'm supposed to go to Miami 3 times.
Yo.
I got part way to Miami all 3 times. Didn't make it. Like I'm talking out of the state, away from home, on the road, going to Miami. 3 things happen.
Yeah, like maybe you're not supposed to go. Like maybe that's like
Yeah.
your 100% completion thing. Like,
Ah.
like I have a feeling that I have this thing that if I get it, I will die. That will be
Got you.
like my life will be over because that will
Mm-hmm.
be like, oh, you've completed 100% of your task. Because
Gotcha.
like, yo, I have conquered so many side quests in life and main quest things that I'm still like, like inching towards, but getting there. But like, yo, there's this one particular side quest item, and it's minor as fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
That if I get it, I feel like, yeah, like the guy from the Crossroads video is gonna come touch my forehead, I'm gonna die.
You want to say what it is or not? You keep it, keep it,
I'll tell
keep it
you what it
quiet.
is. It's
Okay.
so like growing up, I didn't ask for a lot of things.
Right.
So usually the answer was yes, because I only asked for things that I absolutely fucking needed.
You knew how to play the game.
And that says a lot,
Mhm.
like to be a kid. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm not gonna ask for the Snow Walker from Star Wars because that's really expensive. But I'm gonna get
Oh yeah.
I want a couple of these figures. You know what I mean? Like that sort
You
of
were
thing.
like me in that regard because I knew I'd get smacked. One time I asked for some Air Jordan, no, not Air Jordans, but some Nike flights. And we went to go get my mom didn't know, you know what I'm saying? And so we go to get the flights and she saw the price tag on them. All my little friends are wearing them because they had money. We didn't have money. Man, my mom straight up whooped me for even asking to making her go all the way to the mall to get those flights. She's like, you're not getting, she whooped me for that. And I didn't even get any shoes that year because of
That's
that.
a great deterrent. Like I got my first pair of Jordans at 27.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
I feel
Like, yo,
you.
like I knew what to ask for and not to ask for. So I remember one time we was in Toys R Us and it was this action figure who was a Dungeons and Dragons action figure. He had like this blue
Mm,
helmet. He was
yeah.
slightly bigger than the G.I. Joe and Star Wars dudes who were about like 3.75 inches tall.
Yeah.
And I wanted to use that guy as a guy that was featured in one episode of G.I. Joe when they was in some sort of gladiator pit thing. It
Mhm,
wasn't the
mhm.
exact dude, but he looked close enough, and I wanted him. My dad was like,
Yeah.
"No," and I never forgot that shit. Never forgot it. And then during the pandemic, when I was like doing like a whole bunch of retail therapy,
Yeah, you was buying up all the action figures, man.
Yo, you been in
Yo,
my
you
little
went crazy.
museum.
Yo, I came to visit you during. I was like, dog, what the? Wow, you had all the ones I always wanted. You stood there like a proud father, like gazing upon my toys. I was like,
Yo,
holy,
this shot is cropped so no one could see how like
it's
there's
yo.
GI Joes on both sides of the walls, and on the other side of that train door, there's some other shit
Oh,
happening. Like
yeah,
that's like, yeah,
it's amazing.
it's an episode of Hoarders.
It's amazing though.
But
It's something to be proud of, man.
well, thank you kindly.
Hmm.
But it sucks because like yeah, like I finally found that guy on eBay and like I had him in a cart and it was a reasonable price. Found him for $12. He was
Hmm.
part of like a random toy lot of other things. I would have got him and a bunch of other people. I was like, you know what? I feel like if I get that, I'll die. Like, and it's like,
Ah.
you know, when you're like at 97% completion, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And you get that one thing, it's like, maybe not yet. Maybe not yet.
Yeah,
Like,
no, maybe Miami is that for me. I don't know, man. And the thing is, when I was going, I wasn't even planning to wild out because people go to Miami and bug out like it's Vegas or
mhm.
something. I wasn't planning on doing. I really wasn't. I was just like, yeah, I just want to go see it because like I've been all around everywhere else, everywhere else, everywhere else. But for some reason, Miami escapes me. Like I keep getting close, literally on the road going there, and something happens. Like wild stuff happening. Like I had a friend. I'm not gonna mention his name. I was going to Miami. He decides, life ain't worth living on the way and decides to try to take his own life or gets in the process of it. I can
That
laugh
was
about it
rude.
now. Yeah, because he can laugh about it now. So I'm laughing about. I'm not laughing at suicide or nothing, but I'm just
Mm.
saying, like, yo, it was just this big ordeal. I'm like, dog. And I remember this after everything cleared. I was like, dog, we're supposed to go to Miami, dude. We had everything set up. What the hell's wrong with you? Why you do it now? Man, I'm sorry. I was like, no, don't tell me you're sorry. Let's just go to Miami. Something else happened. It was just repeated, you know what I mean? And we were literally we were 3/4 of the way there. You know what I'm saying? Just wild, man. But yeah.
Yeah, but in 2023, he's all right now, right?
Oh, he's straight. Yeah, he's crazy, but he's straight. No, that's why we laugh about it. We look back and laugh. And I bring it up a lot.
The fucked up thing, he probably been to Miami though.
Oh, plenty of times. And like, and I bring it up though, just to make him feel bad. I'm like, yo, I saved your bitch ass life. Anytime he starts complaining about something, like, remember when you for real, trying to get, and I saved your punk ass life, punk. You know what I'm saying? I bring it up. I throw it in
Yeah,
his face
man.
every chance I get. That suicide.
But everybody has that one friend that, like, either will be the friend that always gets them in trouble, or the friend that like prevented them from doing like one particular thing, and you always just kind of hold on to that. You know what I mean? Like, damn it, man, if it wasn't for him, I'd have blah 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 blah. Or like, oh man, he introduced me to that girl that ruined my life.
Yes, some people like, some people got him on cocaine. You know what I mean?
If you didn't introduce me to that girl, my uncle would still be alive.
Oh, that's terrible.
Like, untangle that story.
That's what I'm saying in my head. There's so many things that could have happened because of a broad.
Like, how did that girl lead to the death of your uncle?
Your uncle dying. Like, but why you laughing? Something like that is popping off right now. I'm telling you, man. No, I'm just saying, not even with me. Thank God. Yeah. But I'm saying right now, somebody's introduces to here's Shauna. And that broad Shauna is gonna get your whole. It's gonna take down your whole family somehow. Your extended cousins. You know what I'm saying? It's bugged out.
Yo, it's just like the baggage that comes with meeting new people. Sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I feel sorry for anybody that is like outside, because like I go back and forth on this. Like, there are some days where I'm like, damn it, man, I wish I was out there in the era of Tinder. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been like, jammed up since like the last days of MySpace. And
I've been
MySpace,
jammed up.
jammed up.
That's how you remember it. I got a family. I've been jammed up.
Jammed up. Like, yo, it's like if you played football, the hard way all your life, and then like 1 year, like, yo, you can bring a gun on the field. And like, damn, man, like, or like, or like the year that they decided they're gonna start playing football with pads or some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I'm in a wheelchair, man, and I could have been out here protected. It's a weird metaphor. However,
but I get what you say.
Just to know that there is an app for whatever the fuck that you're into, and you could pretty much like, like Uber Skeets someone over to you at any given point of time. You know what I mean? Like, hey man, like if you're
Real quick, real
What?
quick, that needs to be one of our endeavors when we was gonna do Bang Train. There needs to be like a flick Uber Skeets,
Uber
like it's a whole
Skeets.
site. Yeah,
Oh,
but
how are you
no,
gonna pay for this order? Your card is declined.
and then the look. But yo, no, man, I feel you. But when I think of those things, when I think of those like those little sites and stuff, like you know what I mean. I just think bacteria. You know,
Yeah, I mean, it's a
but that's
thing.
me.
Yeah.
But whoa, son, I'm messing with my lighting. Anyway, continue for people
I was
who are
about to
listening.
say, yo, I thought, yo, like the way your screen just lit up, I thought like a ghost was coming through,
You look, I look
or
up,
like
I'm
a
like,
train was coming through
yeah,
you,
I look through my wall. I look
like
up
a
and
Johnny Dangerously with a bull kit. Yo, like
oh
this,
yeah,
like 80s movies reference night. But
yeah. I'm
with
saying
a bull kit.
Johnny Dangerously was the ish though, man, for real.
Niggas don't know about Joe Piscopo, yo. Like,
Yo, man, Joe Pisco was dope until he got like mad swole. That was weird.
yeah, like I don't know. Like, is it safe to say like Joe Piscopo is like the Cool G rap of of 80s comedy?
That's just weird referencing. Like,
Because he was low key a goat, but he's still kind of underground.
and then he got them hypertension eyes popping off. I'm for real, man. That's what that is.
Like, yo, like he always look like he got some shocking news.
Yeah,
You
it's
know what
like he's
I'm
shocked.
saying?
Yo, you know who else looked like that? Don't shoot me. He's Lil Durk. He always looked like a scared lesbian to me, man. Like, yo, like he was just
Yeah, yeah.
all the
Like
time.
like he like he's a character that would have been with Oscar in them.
Yeah, I think it's
Wait,
kind of
no,
chill.
Arthur. He would have been with
Is it
Arthur
Arthur?
in them. Yeah, he'd have been with Arthur in them.
But like here recently, then the stuff I've seen, like it's kind of chilled out. He don't look so shocked and lesbianic anymore. It's more like, oh, there's a dude, and he's kind of regular. You know what I'm saying? I met him a few times, and he didn't look as shocked and lesbianic in person. Maybe it's just what the camera does.
I think like people take like pictures of him and be like, yo, go with that one. And like
It's just
and maybe it's
weird.
just a going thing. Because that's the game these
But
days.
why would they pick that one? Like, yo,
Because like how do you get people to talk about you without you like getting involved in some stupid beef or you like saying something that's cancelable, you know, like become the topic of conversation in other weird ass ways. Like, yo, why does blah 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 always look scared in his photos?
look like a lesbian with hypertension. Like,
Yeah.
that rapper go hard.
I think that's like Graves actually.
Is it Graves? Is he? Yeah, I don't know,
Well,
man. Maybe
that's
using
when the
old
eyes are
terms.
a little bulgy.
Yeah, a little bulgy, which hopefully I'll never get. You know what I'm
I
saying? I
think
look
that's maybe
crazy.
that was what Joe Piscopo's thing was. I don't know.
Yeah, or maybe he was just Italian. You know,
You never know who's gonna get it.
I'm just saying. You know,
But yeah. And the cool thing is, like, I don't even think that's really 100%. Never mind. I mean, we might have to like remove like at the 3305 mark. We have to remove some stuff from this.
it's all good. It's all
But
good.
the yeah. Little Dirk. You got this song with J. Cole that is kind of dope.
Yeah, I heard he was like trying to rap. I haven't heard it.
You got to when J. Cole shows up. Like I
Of
even heard
course.
a song with Gucci Mane and J. Cole. I was like, yo, these motherfuckers going crazy.
Word.
Yo, like I was shocked. Like, and because usually I'm just for the longest time I was not the biggest Gucci Mane fan. And then at some point, something came out where I was like, okay, I'm listening.
The Gucci
And
Man.
yo, his wordplay is actually dope. I think maybe the earlier records because the production was like
And he was on drugs.
that too. His
Yeah.
energy was really weird to be around. Like I used to hate when I heard that we was interviewing him.
Opposite for
Because
me. Opposite.
really,
I always got me and Gucci Man. Like he was cool. Like I didn't like his music so much. Just to be honest, I would tell him that too. But he was always cool, like super cool. It was his nemesis Jeezy, who was always a dickhead. But like Gucci
see,
Man
that's
was always
crazy.
cool.
Yo, because
I straight up left the Gucci. You remember we went to a Gucci Man party? I walked out. Not a Gucci Man. I'm sorry, Jeezy party, and I walked out because he was being a dick. I don't rock with the dude, but Gucci Man was always cool as hell to me. Like really cool.
That's just sometimes weird who like people click up with because I definitely like figured you to be more of like a Jeezy guy, like far
Me too.
as like in person hitting it off. You know what I mean?
No,
Like
I've been around him 4 or 5 times. One of the first people to play his album in completion on the radio in completion. Actually, the first, you know what I'm saying? All kinds of stuff. still kind of a prick, man. I got pictures with him and just like chilling, and but he was always kind of he would say little slick things, and I was just like, dog. And the last time concealed, like just the last time I run in, I was like, all right, that's it, man. I ain't even gonna be around this dude no more. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I went to the car.
You gotta take energy where it's appreciated.
But Gucci, man, he was always like, just cool, like cool. You know what I'm saying? But I remember that interaction you had with him. What was it on this station?
Nah, it was like on the radio show. Like, we talking about like the GOAT or like who was killing at that time. He's like, no one listens to Eminem, and like no one like do you really ride around listening to Eminem or something like that?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is like the other day I was somewhere in Atlanta, like I was on Edgewood, right? And so I was right down the street listening to Eminem. And like I instantly thought about that interview, and I was like, yeah, see, I told you niggas, like just people out here listening to a little bit of everything.
Yeah, man.
It's weird, like sometimes when you're in a vacuum of like of being hot, right?
Right.
And you live in the city that you're hot at, you think that's the whole world.
Right.
Sometimes, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Yeah, so like if I was Gucci Mane living in Atlanta, I would feel like I was Gucci Mane in Atlanta, like the king of this shit, because he moved the needle still. But meanwhile, like all around the world, motherfuckers know who Eminem is. You know what I mean? Like, and there's a vibe for everything. There's some times where it's not appropriate to listen to Eminem. And there's some times where, like, if I'm seeing a chick dancing half naked, I prefer to be Gucci Mane.
No, it makes sense. You don't be getting, like barred at if you're looking at trim. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you do. I don't know. I might like that combination. I think it'd be kind of cool.
You gotta have a real special brain, like stand outside and get your fucking hand powder, smoke a reefer. That's cannabis, but like see a chick strip to that, like man, like this chick is a Mensa card carrying stripper.
I think the illest thing I ever saw back in the day when like I had to have to host strip clubs and stuff was this one chick kept requesting to dance to and in Dallas too, mind you. So this was ill. And this chick was not from New York because I asked. The chick kept wanting to dance. And this is years after the sequel came out to A Quiet Storm from Mobb Deep.
Yo.
She kept wanting to dance to that. And I was like, yo, and I was up there doing, hey, let's see some green on the scene. Majestic to the stage, majestic, doing all that bullshit, BSing, being silly.
I mean,
and the girl comes up, can you throw Mobb Deep? I'm like, wait, someone's screwing with me, right? Talk to it, nah, man. And somebody else, the real DJ, was like, nah, man, she be wanting Mobb Deep. And I'm like, that's crazy. Because Deep South, Dallas, at Dallas Gentlemen's Club is not known for Mobb Deep.
It's not, but like when you think about like the way the song break down and all that, like it do lend itself to that kind of energy. And I remember one time I was at Sue's Rendezvous in the Bronx, and a stripper came out there. It wasn't even Quiet Storm. It was like Survival of the Fittest, I think. It was like
that would kind of the title would go with the situation.
Doing this just to stay alive. like
yo, she on that pole, Survival of the Fittest, man.
Man, I rolled them dollars up so tight and threw them.
Like pegging her like darts.
Yeah, it's like yo, this chick tougher like a stout.
I'm abusive. I like it so much. I'm gonna hurt her.
Can't tip nobody nicely. Aggressively. Take this money.
He means it. Yeah, exactly.
I like you like that.
Survival. Do you remember her name?
No.
That'd be ill. She had like a rugged ass name.
It was a late ass night, and it was weird because like this was the first time I ever went to a strip club with like my New York friends from Bronx River Road. Right. So it was like me, my man Ralph, who just came to the was Ralph there? Anyway, it was just people who I have never hung out with in that scenario with ever. Because like the last time we all hung out, we were still in high school, like not even like juniors. So we was just still the kids from the block. So to like have all this time go by and like, yo, I'm in a strip club with Keith Collins. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Like,
I feel you.
It was wild, man. And that was like the third place that we went to that night. It was cool as shit.
Yo, do you remember that one stripper that used to come to the show and battle before strippers rapping was a thing? And her name was like Mega Apocalypse or something. And that was like her strip name. It was like, yo, that's your strip name? Like,
yeah, I remember that. Like, yeah, because like she sounded like a transformer. but like
Yeah,
you
she
can
smelled
rap.
like moth. She smelled like mothballs. It was weird. It was just the weirdest. That's the thing that stands out to me because I was like, "Yo, you a stripper, and you smell like mothballs, but you rap. This is just the illest combination ever."
I always zero in on weird stuff with people too. Like I mean, like one of the baddest chicks I ever seen in my life. Like her nose was running when I met her.
Yeah, see, I'm the
You know,
same. Like, it would be the oddest things. I'm like, "Oh, you know what I mean? You have lint on your shirt." Yeah, man, but look at the titty and the. Hey. I'm like, nah, but I just remember there was lint like
yes.
in a weird pattern on her shirt. It's almost like I have a slight I'm dyslexic, so I might have a little bit of autism thrown in there or something where I pay attention to weird things, but I do. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I feel like if my parents would like took me to like more doctors, I probably would have like been diagnosed for mad shit.
Just man, it's just what the doctor says comes out, yo, you just got mad shit. Like,
But but that's part of the reason why I feel like we should just let kids go through what they're going through.
no, I feel you.
You know what I
Me
mean? Like, I
me
feel like we're
too.
so quick to medicate people,
Yeah, you shouldn't do all that.
and it's just messed up. And now, granted, there's some people probably need to be
There's
reeled in,
some.
just a little bit.
Just a little bit, just a tad. Sweet Lord, just a tad.
But yo, they are so quick to tell you that your kid has ADHD. They're so quick to tell you that your kid needs this, that, and the third. Like I remember, they was trying to do some surgery when I was younger to like cut my do something to my fucking nose, and my dad
For
was like,
what?
uh, like my eyes used to water a lot, and my dad was like, hell no.
Maybe you're just sad.
Nah, I think I had like severe allergies and some shit, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
like I don't could have been sad. I don't know. Maybe I saw my future. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, but sometimes like you do need people in your family dynamic to be like, yo, man, get the fuck out of here. Like I ain't do that shit. Like or like, man, that kid don't need medication. We
Right.
need you to spend more time with them.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Yeah, they trying to get your attention, and it just sucks how the world just spins adults in circles to where like you can't focus on your kids as much as you need to sometimes because you got to continuously pursue whatever you got to do to keep the lights on, and
Mhm,
food in your
mhm.
fridge, and all that other shit. It's crazy, man. It's crazy on a lot of levels.
Well, that's what I've been blessed with though. I mean, my kids are like kind of my little shadows, man. My two little dudes. They're like, yo, they're always with me, man. For the most part, they're always with me. They're with me pretty much all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's dope.
Yeah,
And they're crazy. And yeah, one of them one of them just be a little bit too focused sometimes on things, and a little bit too detailed oriented. I'm like, does he have something special in a bad way? Because he gets a little too focused, but I'm trying to harness it. You know what I'm saying?
got you. Yeah, I mean the
Yeah.
thing is, you just gotta figure out how to utilize it. Like I mean, everybody is not gonna operate on an ABAB pattern.
Right,
Some
right,
people
right.
gonna be ABCD, some people be ABC, like some people gonna be 1, 2, 3. Like you don't know what it's gonna be. And I think
Mhm.
sometimes like, oh, this is not what I'm used to. We're gonna do this, that, and the third. And
That's
once
a lot
again,
of that.
can't stress enough. Yes, there are probably some people that need to be reeled in. Or some people yo, because I went to school with some kids where it's like, yo, like
Dog.
I'm like,
Yeah,
yo, he's not gonna live a long time.
yeah.
And I was right.
I had a
And
few of those too, bro. I had a few of those too, and I was right. I was very right.
yeah, and the thing
Yeah.
is, yo, sometimes your mom and dad was cousins, or something down the line, like something was off in the DNA DNA pattern. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many reasons why certain things happen, but the answer isn't always to medicate it. Sometimes you just gotta just like spend a little bit more time and figure it out. Sometimes it's
Yeah, man.
diet too.
There's
People
a lot of
diets
that.
be all out of whack.
Well, like, I mean, I wish they knew more back in the day when I was because they didn't have nothing for dyslexics, man. So they would just kind of put me in the corner and be like, "Yo, just don't put a time on this test." I'm like, I'm seeing stuff. I'm seeing stuff in a different way. Like, yo, it was so terrible. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just
Yeah.
like, until music came along, I was like, yo, I don't belong nowhere. You know what I mean? Because
And bro, when people tell me that they're dyslexic, like, and I understand what it means, but like I could
right,
never wrap my brain around what it is to see something and have it scrambled in front of you,
right.
like in real time. And it's like, but being around you and other people who I know who deal with it, it's like, whoa, like
Yeah.
you, you guys are kind of on shrooms.
Yeah, no, it's weird. It's weird because like with me, I don't have it as bad as some people. Some people like, yo, they can't, it's just bad. For me, it's like I'll see stuff one way, and then I have to look again, and it kind of corrects a little bit. Like for instance, when I'm writing, let's say if I'm reading a rhyme off a page and I'm recording something, and I like to be mad wordy and complicated and stuff, and so I'll I have to. It's weird. I have to go through it several times, maybe more than another person, because I'm reading it, and in my mind has to flip it. My mind has to go through an extra step that everybody else's doesn't have to go through. So it's just kind of, but in a way, it kind of adds to your creativity because you're going to see stuff different. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But some people have it real bad, man. I'm like, yo, I thank God I ain't got it like that, because man, but back in
Yo,
the day when you were young and stuff, they didn't know what the hell to do with you. You know what I'm saying?
but yo, when they would do like those little word jumbles, though, does that help you out?
Yo, I
Because
be killing those.
I was about to say, because like that's the superpower. You
Yo,
know,
I kill it.
people just have to understand how to utilize what is perceived as people's weaknesses as their strengths. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Like if I work for the fucking government, and let's just say if something was encoded with a damn, is it an anagram, a mallogram?
Man, don't get. It ain't no mammogram, but yeah,
Right, but the scrambled word shit,
yeah.
I'm bringing in my team of my best dyslexics.
Yeah, man, I kill those, man. I see those online. People like, could you pick out? I'm like, man, blah, 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 blah. I can see
Right.
it right off. As soon as I look at it, I can see
This
it.
is the pattern. You know,
Yeah.
same thing with a lot of people with autism. Okay, yeah, they don't speak
Oh
and
yeah,
communicate the
superpower.
way that you expect them to, but guess what? They can take apart that radio, put that shit back together.
Be
Or
geniuses.
like, tell you like something in a sequence that you couldn't with your complex brain have ever like, looked at it, memorized it, and regurgitated it the way they did. Like it's brilliant. It's
Yeah,
brilliant.
I've seen them cats that they're like, yo, they could tell you something. They could tell you how the weather was every day for the past 100 years, and like what happened on what day, and like what all the news was from that day. It's wild, man. But they can't carry on a decent conversation. But like, who needs to have a decent conversation half the time anyway? You got some cool shit like that going in your head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really baffling because, like, like sometimes it makes you question, like, hey, are these the higher evolutionaries? Are
Mm-hmm.
these the people who are going to, like, maybe in 200-300 years be more of the dominant,
Probably,
thinking people, because
probably.
they're gonna have to be able to probably solve a lot more complex problems than what we're dealing with right now. You know what I'm saying? Like in this pocket of time that
Mm-hmm.
we exist in. You know what I mean?
I
And
bet it's them boys flying them UAPs, them UFOs, man. I bet it's them boys that just be good with math and weather. And you know what I'm saying? From the future. I bet you that's what that is.
yo, like, what are your specialties? Math and weather. Where are you from? The future.
Oh, exactly. I bet you that's what that is, man.
Like,
But
I
it's
don't know.
that
Do you think like future people gonna be uglier or handsomer, or like, for the girls, like pretty? Like, how will these people look?
okay. Okay. I think they're gonna be smoother in
Okay.
some way, and by that I don't mean like with the talk. I'm talking like they just looked less defined, because I don't know if you check out these bras these days, these chicks with all this Instagramming and filtering and all that, and I don't know if you've noticed, but like in the past 5 to 10 years, like you go out and some of these chicks got so made up, they look like Instagram people walking around, like they got that open casket makeup popping
Oh yeah, that. And then some people do like contouring, so they look like people from the
big
secret
time.
from the Secret of Nymph, or was it,
No,
was
it's
it,
it.
or was it the Dark Crystal? I think it was the Dark Crystal.
Both,
Yeah.
dog. Yo, that elfin look. I've seen it.
Yeah.
A lot of that going on, man. And I think as that continues and evolves, I think there's gonna be a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of crotchless individuals and a lot of like, elfin kind of looking smooth features, not, a little bit more angular. You know what I mean? I think that's what's gonna happen.
How you feel about biohacking? That shit.
The biohack, break it down.
So there's different ways you could biohack. You could biohack by like doing certain things, like like different vitamins, things like that. Like,
Right.
and then there's like futuristic biohacking where it's like,
Mhm.
yo, like like we're gonna replace this with like
Oh,
some digital shit. You know
like
what I
my
mean?
man Elon Musk, excuse me, is
Aeon
doing that.
Aeon flux.
Yeah, he's doing that shit with the with the chip in the head. He's already gotten human trials going.
That's what's
And
up.
yeah, no, some of it's cool. I think some of it's cool, like how they were gonna be able to, which they said is 100% gonna happen, to where like if you're disabled,
Mhm.
and you ain't able to walk, your spine's done. Like a lot of people who can't move from the neck down, that's going to be out. You're going to be able to. People can't see and hear. It's going to be able to fix all these things. It's going to bypass the stuff in the brain that doesn't work and replace that. You know what I'm saying? And stuff with your limbs and all that's going to be dope. You know what I mean? Now, some of this other stuff, like you're going to be able to talk to each other without words, which is going to happen because they've been doing that in trials. It's a little bit, it's a little bit too much for me because it's going to be the have and have nots. Because the cat with money is going to be able to walk around doing telepathy with his other rich homies, and the regular folk ain't going to be able to have that. So everybody that has these extra souped up brains are going to get all the money and all the power and everything, and the regular cats is going to be underneath their dominion. That's what I see
Yo,
happening.
but what if in the first, like, I don't know, 6 weeks of this technology going public, we get it,
Mm-hmm.
and we go to Vegas and we win every team poker tournament that could be won. You know what I'm
No,
saying? Because just
be pretty
imagine
dope.
if you could communicate with your partner across the table, or even in dominoes. You know what I'm saying? And like, yo, I got big six, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
No, that's but also it's going to throw everything out the window, like games, sports. It's going to throw even flirting, all that craziness out the window because
oh,
you're going to be able to communicate it with your mind. You
do
know
you
what I mean?
realize how like HR is going to be affected by this? Because like, if people can read your mind, then I you'll be able to hear what what people are saying about each other, like in like, oh man, yo, shorty, man, she wearing that shit again,
Exactly.
and oh, it's harassment. Oh, I'm being bullied because like so because to not make it harassy, maybe you'd be like, oh, she's ugly, she's ugly, she's ugly, she's ugly, and you're hearing that, right? But maybe she's saying that same thing to you, so now everybody's all tense. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
it's gonna be hella tense, man. Because chicks are gonna be like looking at dudes' prints and be, oh, look at that, and then you're gonna have dudes, oh, check out that ass. What I'd like to do to her, it's just gonna be it's gonna be bad, man. And then like you can't think bad shit about your boss. You know what I mean?
yeah, and then like, and what's to stop them from at some point just hitting the button and now, we're all robot slaves. You know what I mean? Like everything is always spoon fed as like, oh yeah, we're doing this to help people, and then like, oh yeah, but also we can. There's always
Control you.
there's always a behind door number two with
Oh, really?
with
What
most
they're trying to do?
gestures.
What they doing now in Europe, man? They getting and it sounds like some biblical stuff, but for real, they starting to put those little chips in the hands to where you could just wave them across like, and you're buying stuff at the store, but it also has all your information on it. You know what I'm saying? It has like your bio information, has all your records and stuff, and you can be tracked. All
So it's
that
kind of
stuff.
like your phone, but it's in your actual hand.
In your actual hand, kind of like the mark of the beast kind of deal, because then they're trying to get it to where there's no actual cash over there. They've already gotten past the first step in the European Union to
Mhm.
where they're not going to have the euros anymore. And like some people are trying to fight it. Everybody else is like, that sounds like a good idea. I'm like, how do you figure? Because now they can control if you do something they don't agree with, let's say you go protest something, they can shut off your bank like they did in Canada with the truckers. You
They
know what I
kind
mean?
of already do that, but it's just called getting canceled. Like
But
it
no, but on a higher level, the where it's like, yo, you canceled, you can't eat. Like you can't even eat. Like, you know what I'm saying?
getting canceled. But I mean, man, listen, there's some stuff that happened today, and I just don't want to date the episode by talking about
Word.
it. But it's just like, yo, I mean, it's all bad. And anytime
Right.
people talk about like, microchip stuff like that, people go to that market of beast talk.
Yeah.
I mean, is that really it? I don't know. But like all the things that people are worried about, like a chip doing, yo, you have the highest technology phone device possible. Everything is tracked these days. Like,
But you could throw your phone out, but you don't have to cut off your arm. You know what I'm saying? It's like that.
fair enough, but I mean, who's looking for you?
And we can see what you maybe you piss. I'm saying now maybe piss somebody else. You didn't vote like you were supposed to vote. That kind of thing.
There's that too. There's that too.
You know what
I
I
mean,
mean?
but there's so many nefarious things that could happen with
Yeah.
everything. Like,
Oh,
like,
true indeed. I just don't want to help them out with it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
understood. I mean, like, shoot. I mean, I think the most dangerous thing we do every day is go buy food from the grocery store. And it's not because it's
yeah,
dangerous going there, but like, yo, there's mad stuff in it that we think is like, oh,
crazy stuff. Crazy.
the box says healthy, smart. It has to be
It's
healthy and
neither.
smart. You're right. Like, man, led astray, bamboozled, hoodwinked, all those good things, bro. Like, and all in all, still trying to be good humans in the process.
Yeah. There's not many left, but trying to make it happen, trying to survive out here in these mean streets, if you will.
No diggity, man. But yo, Key. So I know you got some music in the stash. How can
Yes.
people lock in and check out the new joints?
Gonna be releasing them in a couple weeks, man. Working on that, and yeah, gotta have visuals for this joint called "Sweep the Leg Johnny," featuring the homie Lyric. He's on the hook, and produced by my homie M Slago. Like I said, I got a video to that coming out. It's gonna be everywhere you can download and see your finest of musics. That all the all of it, and then I got a few more singles coming out after that. And I know you have stuff that's already out, and I know we got Bodega Brothers about to drop some new stuff too.
Yeah, man. So like the virtual bag will be heavy. So,
Yeah.
be sure you follow the homie Kino on all
Mhm.
social media at Kino on airs. It says right there. And also look for him on
Mhm.
iTunes, Spotify, wherever you're stealing your music from. Bodega Brothers got 2 new singles coming very soon if they're not out by the time this drops. But yeah, I'm sure you'll still be waiting like maybe 3 more weeks after this drops. But it's
Right.
coming. Just know that. And I got the single Buck Wild out right now with Cool
Mhm.
Keith. Met the man Fly Def. Shout out to Fly
Mhm.
Def, who I got the opportunity to rock that song with her live for the first time.
Yes,
And
yes.
yo, my homie is a monster. My homie is a certified monster. And yo, man, I can't wait to rock more shows with her and rock more shows with my brothers, Keno and
Yeah.
Travi. So so keep locking in. Sorry for making y'all wait so long. Whether it's like, a 3-headed monster, 2-headed monster, the monster will be seen again soon. So love is love.
Bye-bye.
Peace. And